Hello everyone, Anthony Wilson here. Welcome back to Magic Talk. Today, got kind of a couple things to talk about, some news and whatnot. Slide this back a little bit. It's kind of not as formal as always. But I'm going to talk about a couple things today. Some things we're going to talk about. I got some news about stuff online here, stuff that Wizards is doing, WotC is doing, and stuff that I'm seeing online here, and then I'm going to show you my answer to Standard. So the first thing I want to talk about is the last video I uploaded, I think it was like yesterday, which was me just doing a card trick of mine. And I thought it was funny, and a lot of people get a kick out of it. It's something cheesy I do, but I uploaded it, and one of the comments I got as a response was, "Sick, you could use this to steal Mox Opals from little kids. That's a horrible idea." And this goes to show you that there are people out there that will steal your cards, and they brag about it like this. This is what they do. This is what people like this can do. I don't condone this. I think it's a horrible thing to do. I've been stolen from a lot, and I can tell you right now, stealing from people is extremely low. Don't do it, okay? I don't. These people that brag about it, they're not good people. So I don't condone anybody stealing any cards. I put a little response there to him. Don't steal people's cards, okay? Just don't do it. Don't. And and you shouldn't be bragging about it either, because that just lets people know that, yeah, you're a thief. So don't do that. Don't steal cards. One of the other things is, I don't know if you guys listen to the YoMTG Taps podcast lately, episode 43. Really good. They talk about some of the metagame and Standard. They're really good people, and I highly recommend you listen to them. YoMTG Taps. Got their sticker right there. They're definitely got some good information. Another thing, what else is going on here? Oh, WotC changed the draft order. I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but apparently now when you draft backwards, starting with Scars of Mirrodin. If I read this correctly, I think this only applies to the current sets. Starting with Scars and forward, you will be drafting the latest set first, and then going back to the oldest set. If I read correctly, that's only for the new stuff. The older sets you can still draft normally. A sanctioned event will still draft oldest set first, and then going to the newest sets, because that's the way the sets were designed. But you can still draft them backwards and have a lot of fun going back to Ravnica or Shard's draft and reevaluating the cards and trying to draft backwards. So it sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like something interesting that WotC is doing. So there's always that. What else I got for you here? Well, I guess we can go to this. If you guys have seen what Standard is looking like, it's very green, so to speak. I wish I was joking about that, but it is a lot of green decks running around. Ramp decks, Eldrazi green, Elf decks, running around everywhere. So I kind of try to design a deck as kind of my answer to the Standard format right now. Not a lot of Scars stuff going on here, going back a little bit, but some good cards from Scars. Cards from Scars. So we're gonna get right to it here. See if I can angle this makeshift mount that I built here to do this. If you guys can't see it, don't worry. I will tell you what the cards are. I can do this because I am running this at the F&M tonight, and it is okay to post this because this won't be up in time. Alright. So what we got going on here is we got 4 Abyssal Persecutors, 4 Liliana Specters, 3 Baneslayer Angels, 3 Skinrenders, 3 Luminarch Ascensions, and we've got 4 Journey to Nowheres. Way back here in the background, you probably can't see it. There we go. Up here we have 3 Duress, 3 Inquisition to Kozilek, 3 Oust, 3 Consuming Vapors, 3 Day of Judgments. The mana base is 9 Plains, 9 Swamps, 4 Marsh Flats, and 2 Terramorphic Expanse. I don't usually just divide the mana base in half like that, but for this it kind of worked out perfectly to be 9 and 9. The idea of the deck is to be, it's black-white control. Obviously, some early discard here, and a lot of times Liliana Spectre is 2-for-1s. I really like Liliana Spectre, so I've been testing this deck, and it's working really well. Skin Render is a great addition to the deck. 2-for-1s as well. And then the removal in the deck is what's really interesting about it. Because I'm running Abyssal Persecutors, my choice for removal had to be very, very specific. So, Journey to Nowheres, Day of Judgment, Consuming Vapors, and Oust are my removal suits, all of which can target Abyssal Persecutor. The only removal spell I'm running that can't kill Abyssal Persecutor is Skin Render, but, you know, it's still just as good. The Luminarch Ascensions work really good if I draw them early game, and most decks don't do a lot of early damage. They kind of try to rely on doing their damage to you all at once later in the game. So hopefully I can, if I get that early enough, I can stave them off from any damage they could try to do, because they're going to trying to come at you with damage once you hit Luminarch Ascension. Obviously, they're going to try to start swinging and doing as much damage to you as possible. So Luminarch Ascension is pretty good in that aspect. You can get it off early just because of what the metagame looks like. The removal spells were tough to do. Were tough decisions, I guess you could say, because Skin Render is the only one that is dependent on what the toughness of the creature is. For elf decks and most other decks, the toughness is going to be 3 or more. So cards like Disfigure and whatnot aren't usually big enough. So you need stuff like Grasp of Darkness and just non-conditional like Oust and Consuming Vapors and Day of Judgment to get rid of creatures, rather than trying to burn them out or trying to, you know, like, that's why I went with that kind of stuff instead of Marsh Casualties and stuff, because it's not, the toughness of the creatures in Standard right now is too great. Sorry if I'm stuttering a little bit here. I haven't had enough coffee today, so that's what is wrong with me right now. But this is the main deck. It's been working really well for me. I had some trouble with the mana base yesterday, which I fixed with the new mana base here. I guess these aren't in the shot, so let me try to do this here. I've got like a drifting camera. I don't know what's going on there, but this is the mana base. It's working really well now, so I'm gonna give this main deck a try at the F&M tonight. Whoops. Alright, so next we're going to go to the sideboard here. I'm going to show you my sideboard choices, which are extremely interesting and really hard to do. Where are we at here? Okay. We have 1 Disfigure, 2 Leonin Arbiters, 4 Grasp of Darkness, 4 Consume the Meek, 4 Core Firewalkers. Core Firewalker's obviously there for the red deck. It's really good early game against red if you can get this in. The 1 Disfigure is also against red because most of their dudes are real tiny. If you can get this off, if they turn to any of their dudes, like Plated Geopede. I'll give my notes here. Plated Geopede and Kiln Fiend. That's what I was thinking of. If you can get this off on a Plated Geopede or Kiln Fiend, it's not bad. So that's why it's in there, kind of like that 5th sideboard option against the red deck. This can also come in against red, but this is mostly there for vampires. The Grasp of Darkness, this is a really good removal against vampires. Keeps them from why did I go? Oh, my notes, sorry. My notes are all the way over here. I went with this over Doomblade because it's able to kill vampires along with a lot of other things that are kind of detrimental to you in the early game. And like I said, it had to be something that did 3 or more to the toughness, and Grasp of Darkness is 4, which works perfectly for me, and it works really well in this deck. I went with Consume the Meeks in the sideboard instead of putting the 4th Day of Judgment in. I went with 4 Consume the Meeks because these are really good against the elf deck. They can't regenerate from this. They can regenerate from Day of Judgment. They can't regenerate from Consume the Meek. So as long as you have got them without their Eldrazi Monument, this is pretty good. And then the 2 Leonin Arbiters are for ramp decks and any people searching their libraries for stuff and whatnot. So this is really good. The only other change that I would consider making is dropping Consume the Meek down to 3, dropping the 1 Disfigure, because there's no point in having 1 Disfigure, and going with something that removes or destroys artifacts. There's that white card. I didn't write it down, but it removes an artifact or enchantment from the game, and that was one of the cards that I was considering running in the main, or running in the sideboard, because it's a really good way to deal with that stuff. And I don't have the card, and I don't have it written down, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And here I am making a fool of myself on the on my show because I forgot to write that card down, and I can't find it. But it removes artifacts and enchantments from the game. So I could go with 4 of those, because then against the elf decks, these can come in to help wipe the board, and I don't have to worry about them being indestructible if I can remove the Eldrazi Monument from the game. Although I don't know if artifact removal would come in against elves or not, but it's a consideration. Maybe 1 or 2 come in against the elf decks to get rid of the Eldrazi Monument. It's mostly for the machine decks that you see, the control decks that run stuff like Lux Cannon and whatnot. So, which is actually pretty prominent in this area. I've been seeing it a lot pop up. So this is that was the deck that I'm running, Black-White Control. If you guys would like to build it, let me know. I'll try to post a list in the description section down below. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this stuff. I look forward to hearing from you guys every week. Post comments down below as responses to some of the stuff that's been happening. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys feel. If you have any messages out there to send to people that steal cards from other little kids. Apparently they steal Mox Opals from little kids, and that's a horrible thing to do. Let me know what you think about the changes in draft order that WotC did for the new sets for Scars. And let me know what you think about the deck. If you play test it, let me know what your results are. Hopefully we can get this ready for Charlotte. I plan on going to Charlotte, and I would like to run this deck. So that's where I'm at with that. So as always, you guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.